Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first ever MMA Freaks Podcast. I will be your host, Cameron, or one of your hosts. This will be my buddy here. You want to speak?
Hello, I'm Damon. Welcome to the
Fucking
podcast.
idiot.
Okay. Well, I was uncalled for.
Alright. So, this podcast, first ever MMA Freaks Podcast. We don't really know what we're doing, but we know we like to talk MMA.
That part is true. We have no idea what's going on, what we're doing, what we're supposed to do, but we will try our best. Hope we don't fail.
Yep. Let's go into some news, eh?
Alright, that's a great idea.
Alright. So we have some articles up here. First one, I think, is fucking hilarious. Alright, so it is Nick Diaz. He's getting
yes, of course.
he got flagged by USADA or something. I don't even know why Nick is even being tested, first of all.
Is there any point to test him? Because you just know it's going to be positive. Like...
I didn't even know he was on the roster, though. Anyway, so Nick was tested, and apparently he failed a series of whereabouts violations or something like that. So I think that means they couldn't find him, essentially, to test him.
Yeah, like he didn't show up for his testing or whatnot.
But like just the idea of like Nick Diaz fails USADA violation. It's just like such a funny thing.
Yeah, it's kind of like, well, kind of expect that one to happen.
It's just fucking retarded. Anyway, also on this news of Nick Diaz, I've just read this thing. Dana White thinks it's highly doubts
unlikely
that Nick will ever fight again. I don't know if Nick will fight again, to be honest.
You can kind of see why Dana wouldn't want that in his company. Like, you don't.
Nah, he'd make a shit ton of money. What do you want about?
I don't think so. I think it would just be a liability.
How?
I mean, you'd maybe get one fight, he'd get tested again, he'd be out for like another freaking, 15-month ban, his last ban or something like that?
Oh no, all I remember is he like got dinged for like 5 years for having weed in his system.
5 years ban, whatever.
But
like an 18-month ban at one point. And then
I don't understand how you can call that a liability. He would make a shit ton of money. What do you want about? For the company,
I don't really think there'd be a lot of money in him. There'd be maybe one
people would eat up Nick Diaz. What do you want about?
Yeah, but it'd only be one fight.
If you did Nick Diaz versus GSP again, mind you, that was a shit fight. But if you did it again, people would buy the shit out of that. If you did like Nick Diaz versus, I don't know, if you did a rematch with Robbie Lawler, don't think people would be interested. Or like Masvidal, or like how would you do with like a Nick Diaz versus Cowboy? Can you imagine that? Nick Diaz versus Cowboy, that would be so sick.
Like, great fights, all of those, they would be wonderful. But I still feel like it would be the one and done with Diaz. Like, he'd just go ahead and screw it up again. Like, yeah. He's just a Diaz, it's just how it's done.
They're gonna come and beat your ass, man.
I'm quite worried now. I'm just gonna go lock all my doors.
Did you also hear this other news about Nate Diaz though? Nate Diaz is being sued for $1 million.
Oh wait, what happened here?
So he got sued for $1 million by his former like managers or agents or whatever. He did some pretty shady ghetto-ass shit though. So he'd been with this like agency or like this promotion thing for his last 4 fights, I believe. So that includes both the Conor fights. but essentially before the last kind of fight, he like fired all of them, so he didn't have to pay them, so he could keep all his money. And it's like, no, you can't do that, Nate. You need to pay people.
Yeah,
essentially, after they got him the fight and negotiated for him, he was like, "And you're fired.
Yeah, you're gone.
And I'm not gonna pay you.
It's all mine."
On my biggest contract ever, my biggest paid player. Did you know, Nate? He got like 11 million for that.
Whoa!
He got like 2 million like purse or something. This is for losing. This is the second fight with Conor McGregor.
The second, okay.
So he got 2 million
that was the first fight,
purse, and then I don't know if it was like pay-per-view or however, but he got 11 million for that fight. It's fucking insane.
I'm guessing that was his cut of the sales, right?
I would imagine. I don't know how UFC fighters get paid. It's not sponsorship money. If that's what you're asking.
Oh yeah, obviously. That ship sailed a long while ago.
Gets his fucking just gets his 2 million plus like another 9 million for like pay-per-views, and then he gets like 8,000 from fucking Reebok. So also, yeah, we'll just move on to the next one. I think we kind of ran the DS straight.
Yeah, we ran ourselves around that one.
The next one is we're talking about Kevin Lee and Michael Chiesa. Is that how you say it?
Chiesa, is it not? Yeah, Chiesa, I believe.
It's about the early stoppage. Obviously, he's appealing it. Apparently, he's appealing the loss. Which I lost $10 on that fight. Fuck you, Mario Yamasaki.
I fucking love her making faggot. Or I should say faggot like that. Probably not a good thing to say.
That Instagram post that Dana sent out, fucking hilarious.
That was
fucking
amazing.
12-year-old. And he called him like Mario.
Mazzagatti.
Yeah, Mario Mazzagatti.
That was perfect.
Anyway, fuck. I feel really bad for Michael. Like, it's just a bit of a shit show and it's all Mario's fault. By the way, Mario, fucking, is he Italian? Is he Japanese? Turns out he's Brazilian. He's like half Brazilian, half Japanese or some shit. I was so confused. I was like, whoa, this guy's fucking crazy. He's nearly ticked all the boxes there.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway.
Almost the full package.
Fucking all Mario's fault. And I feel really bad because fucking Kevin Lee, he kind of got screwed out of it. And I don't think, even though I got screwed out of $10, I don't think Michael should get the rematch. I think he lost. I was pretty pissed at the time, but now I've like a level head. Obviously, I was going for Michael. Damon, you were going for Kevin Lee. Yeah. So I think he lost. Like it was an early stoppage, and he might have been able. It's highly likely, 99.99% chance he was not going to get out, and he was going to go unconscious.
I definitely didn't see him lasting the remaining. What was it, 32 seconds or?
Yeah, 30 something seconds. Yeah, but the thing is, we will never know. Stupid Mario Mazzagatti fucking broke up the fight. That's the thing though, 99% chance he was not going to make it out, but we won't know.
Very bad opinion of mine, or I guess opinion, whatever. I guess I can kind of see where Mario was coming from. Absolutely horrible call. I want to state that. But his hands were down. It looked like he'd stopped trying to fight it. It looked like he was just giving up in that stage. So maybe he thought, hey, why don't I try and, help his well-being? But, he should have waited for a tap.
Yeah, he should have waited for a tap.
He definitely should have waited for the tap, but I guess you can kind of see where it was coming from, even though he was wrong.
Yeah. It's kind of ironic that he always does late stoppages, and this time he did an early one.
Oh yeah. That's like the only place I see him coming from with that, but other than that, it's just a horrible decision.
What do you think about Kevin Lee calling out Khabib?
I think it's a very horrible decision.
I don't think he wants that fight.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously he
does,
but I don't know.
I think he's just trying to do that to get a name for himself and get some money in his pocket.
Yeah.
But that fight happened. Yeah.
I think it's just because Khabib is kind of seen as the guy in that division.
Yeah.
And personally, I think Tony could beat Khabib, because really, who's Khabib fought? It's like Michael Johnson. He got clipped with Michael Johnson. He fucking destroyed him, but he did get clipped. Also, this is some like old ass news, but back when Khabib obviously missed weight in his fight with Tony Ferguson and nearly died or whatever, liver shut down or some shit. They were saying how they wanted to do another interim lightweight fight, but with Tony and Michael Johnson, and Tony didn't take that fight because the money wasn't right. And for me, that fight made zero fucking sense to me. Like, we literally just saw Michael Johnson get his ass handed to him by Khabib. Why would he have an interim shot after that?
Yeah, I don't see how someone can come off a loss to someone who is much better than them in the same division and then get a title shot, in a sense.
Yeah, get the paper belt.
I guess if you can count an interim title as a title. Or a title shot for a title shot, should I say that?
Yep.
Maybe.
Also, in some other news from that fight card that happened last weekend, some very surprising, or should I say not so surprising news. Johnny Hendricks missed weight after moving up to middleweight. What are you doing, mate? I mean, I'm not gonna act like I know what it's like to cut weight that badly.
Yeah.
But considering he made 170 pounds for like all of his career, and then he's missed weight 3 times, 2 times at his last 2 fights at 70, then he made weight against who did he fight before? Oh no, his first 185 fight he made weight, and then this time he missed weight, and it's kind of like, what are you? I mean,
and what was he over? Like 3 pounds or something like that?
He came in at 188, I believe.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, so 2 pounds over what he could have been. Apparently he was sick, he said.
Yeah, like he had a fever or something like that, and
I think.
Pretty sure I saw that read somewhere.
I think it's time to hang it up. To be honest, like if there was one guy in the UFC, if you were like, hey, who needs to retire in the UFC? It's friggin' Johnny Hendricks and Dad Bod
BJ. Well, BJ as well, kind of.
Oh yeah, fucking. How did I forget?
As much as it hurts me to say, like, he should have stayed in retirement the first time. Like, at this point, what is he doing? Like,
yeah, I don't. And he fights at 145 as well, which I find weird. Do you find that weird?
Yeah, very weird.
He lost against Dennis Seaver after Dennis came off like a 2-year layoff or some shit.
Yeah, 2 years off, and freaking
Dennis Seaver isn't a world beater.
Exactly. In that last fight against Seaver, he looked absolutely horrible. Like, he had a good second round, okay? I'll admit that. But that third round, it just looked like he'd gone somewhere else. It looked like he'd ran off to the shops and left his body there.
I didn't watch that fight. I caught the last 2.5 minutes of the last round of that fight, and his output was nothing. Dennis Seaver was just they read out some stats of in this round, BJ had thrown something like 9 strikes to Seaver's 42 or some shit.
It was just horrid to watch.
Yeah.
It's one of those fights where you're watching one of the guys you see when you're growing up and watching the sport, and you're like, oh man, this is going to be heaps exciting. You know, it's BJ Penn, holy shit. And then you actually watch and it's just like, why did I watch that? That was a very bad decision.
He's not even. I mean, he opened up a fight night card. His draw isn't there anymore. I don't know how much he's getting paid.
I'm fairly certain he was actually the highest paid on the card. It was
probably. I wouldn't doubt that.
From where I'm fairly certain from what I read and from memory, it was above 500k at least.
Shit. Really?
So it was a decent.
That's like
payday.
more than Mighty Mouse.
Yeah, that's really sad, isn't it? You know, number one pound for pound fighter paid less than that. It's horrible.
That's like. So if he was getting like over 500k, that's like what 100k less than the heavyweight champion was getting one fight ago. It's pretty pathetic.
Absolutely horrible.
The baddest man on the planet gets like 625k or some shit. It's okay. He sorted out his contract. He probably gets like 800k now, but Stipe was not doing well. God, pay your fighters, UFC. God damn it.
I could have been wrong about that. It could have been, you know, something probably way less, probably like 100k or something, but that was just from memory. It was probably around about 100. It was 500 on a defeat. Hang on, that sounds really bad. What fight night was it? What? Fuck, it was fight night.
Oklahoma City? Probably not. I don't know.
Yeah, it was OKC because it was.
OKC?
Yeah, because what's his name's hometown or whatnot.
That was also the fight where that chick shit herself.
Yes, that was.
She totally owned it though.
Really weird to when I first seen that, and I was like, "Hang on, what is that?" And then
I didn't know till afterwards. I had no idea.
Reading it later in the day, what actually happened, I was like, "Oh, that is some shit." Like, okay, wow.
It's like, what do you do?
Okay, yeah, see that it's 150k he got for the loss. My bad on the 500k. That's a lot. That's must have been something else. My bad. But still, 150k for a loss as the opener on a card as well for a fight night is still an insane amount.
Yeah, that's how much Gegard would get for a loss, and he's what 4th ranked middleweight in the world.
Yeah.
I know way too much about how much fighters get paid. Anyway, going back to another thing, going back to the lightweight division, Dana White says when Conor comes back, he wants him to fight Khabib.
Yes.
Which, when Conor comes back is the big question.
It's not when, it's if he comes back.
If he even defends his belt. Now, I'm a Conor McGregor fanboy.
I mean, I like
You're
Conor.
A fan, but you're not like a...
I'm not going to sit there and
Conor
defend
McGregor dick rider, as they say.
Yes. I mean, at this point, I already feel as if he should have been stripped of his title because of how long it's been since he has defended it. I mean, he hasn't defended it at all, so, you know.
Well, when did he win it? He won it in November, right?
November or October, one of the two. It was late last year.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember that much.
I love Conor, but God, he just fucks, he just ass rapes the division.
Yeah, it kind of
just puts really it on a leash and just ties it to a tree.
Well, he runs off to another sport. And he's like, hey, want to give me a lot of money? All right, let's do this.
Anyway, what do you think about that matchup, though? The Khabib and Conor, who do you think would win?
Ooh. I think Khabib.
You think Khabib?
I do. I really do. I don't know if it would really be a surprise or an upset, but it would shock the world at least. People would be like, "Oh, Conor McGregor has fallen." When, like, he's shown against Nate, that he can be taken out. I really feel like Khabib is a lot better on the ground than Nate.
Yeah, but then
my opinion.
You can't. I don't hold too much against Conor McGregor for that Nate fight.
Yeah, you can't really
he was getting lit up and then he just was exhausted and he just shot for a double and I think Conor's like, I don't know what belt Conor is in jiu-jitsu, but he's probably like, I think he's like a purple belt or something.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like
isn't Coach Kapner a jiu-jitsu? Is a jiu-jitsu guy?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, so I mean, I gotta go Conor, obviously.
Yeah, well, Dick Ryder and all.
I gotta go Conor. Remember when I was saying how much of a hero would Conor be if he just like came in just 4 years ago? No one heard of this kid, and he just came in and he just like fucking raped the UFC. He just like got the two belts, held up all the divisions, went over to boxing. If he knocks out Floyd Mayweather and then just retires, like just hits the earth like an asteroid, and then just disappears, he would just be an absolute. You'd tell your grandkids stories about him.
Everyone a few years ago talked about Kim Kardashian breaking the internet or whatnot. It'd be Conor McGregor breaking the world at this point if that happened. Like, damn. That boy fucking taking out number one boxer in the world, probably number one ever, arguably.
Yeah.
Very
arguably. I'm not sure if you could consider Floyd the number one ever.
All time, yeah. It's like, I'm not a massive boxing guy, but, there's like friggin' the heavyweights, Tyson, Ali, Frazier, all the greats and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm a very recent.
Defensively, he's got to be the best.
Defensively, I think he's the best ever.
But of like all time and like overall, maybe not so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we really need to work on our segues because now we're going to Tyron Woodley versus Damian Maia, scheduled for 2/14.
I am actually really excited for this fight.
I am too. I
like both fighters. So
I like both fighters as well, surprisingly. I don't think a lot of people like Tyron. Tyron kind of... he makes me cringe like the same way Cormier makes me cringe, but I still like him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What do you think's going to happen? You see Tyron training with that backpack on and...
I think Maia's going to get him on the ground and break his leg. He's going to snap his leg clean off.
See, I kind of want Maia to win because I think he deserves it. I've got Tyron on this fight. I think Tyron's gonna win. I think you gotta keep in mind his wrestling.
It's not like to slack on. It's actually quite good.
Yeah, he was a wrestler. He wrestled
exactly.
Johnny Hendricks in like college.
Like he's not a slouch in that department at all.
Yeah, no. I think Tyron has better stand-up than him. I think on the ground, he's a lot stronger, and that will be in Tyron's favor. I think he will just impose his will on Damian Maia. I think he's not a dumb guy, Tyron. He'll be able to figure it out.
He's no Anthony Johnson trying to wrestle Cormier.
Yeah, what the fuck was that? Don't even talk to me about that. Don't even bring that up. Can you believe that was only like UFC 210? That was like two fight cards ago.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Man, it seems like so long ago though.
Yeah, it really does. No, they need to step up the game. Bring out more fight cards. Do it.
Oh man, this 214 card. Before I move on,
It looks amazing.
It looks really good. Like I didn't really hear a lot. I mean, we heard about Cyborg, which we should get to that actually.
Very true.
And now let's move on to our next thing because we can just segue into that quite nicely actually.
Yeah.
This 214 card, obviously, Cowboy and Lawler. It was scheduled for 213.
Oh, well,
Cowboy,
no, yeah, it is happening in 14. So my bad.
Cowboy got injured. He said he got injured. I just read a tweet. It turns out he had a really bad blood infection or some shit.
Oh boy.
I don't know what that means. He just said he has to take like 7 days of IVs. I think they're just flushing his system. But that's going to cause him to miss 213. This fight has been scheduled like 3 times.
Should they do 213 or should they just wait for 215 for that fight? Because
do you mean do 214 and then you said
sorry, my bad. Yeah, my bad. Sorry, I'm reading an article of it and I keep seeing 13. That's my bad. I've done that twice now. But yeah, instead of doing it at 14, maybe do it at 15, and it gives that little bit extra time. So then, since he can't really do a camp while he's like blood's being flushed out or whatnot, it gives him that little bit extra time to do a bit more camp work that he missed out on, I guess.
I think he's already done his camp. That's the thing, though.
Well, yeah, but it gives him a little bit extra time to recover.
I think the setback just literally takes like a week and a half out of his schedule. I think he would be able to pick it up right afterwards, and he would be fine. Also,
yeah, you're good though. Good point.
Who have you got in this fight, by the way?
Oof.
This is one of those fights that I didn't pick. I didn't bet on this fight at all. Like I've started doing my bets for 213 and stuff. I looked at this fight and I was like, not gonna happen.
There's just no putting smart money on either of them, so it's like,
it's a risk.
It's just a guess at this point of who's gonna win. There's no like educated guess. There's no, hey, this guy completely outclasses him. It's one of the most level fights I've seen in a long time.
Will we see the old Robbie Lawler though? Do you think he has too much? Because Robbie Lawler, he's been doing this for a while. He's been fighting since like 2003.
Very long time.
He's been through some wars. Do you think we get
I think Robbie might get it.
You think he might get it?
Yeah.
I don't think so. He hasn't fought since he was knocked out by Tyron at like UFC 201. I think
it's a long time to not fight, but
it's a very long time to fight. That's like
if it's the old Robbie that comes out, he will take it. But
that's the thing. I think MMA people have runs in MMA, and Robbie had a really good career like resurgence. He came back to the UFC and then he went down to welterweight. And I think his time's over, and I think Cowboy now, he's getting smarter.
His time's
always. I think it's Cowboy's time. I really want it to be. Cowboy's always been. He just hasn't broken through that glass ceiling yet of just being.
He needs to grab that glass ring and take it.
Yeah, it's just he just lives and dies by that fucking Cowboy persona, and it's just he needs to chill. Yeah, I got Cowboy in that fight.
I gotta say, if he's living and dying by the Cowboy persona, I'm gonna be very upset if he doesn't ride a horse out to the cave. I would scream so loud if that happened.
I want him to have like stripper cowboy pants, the ones that just have the crutch.
Yeah, the tearaways and
tearaways,
freaking chaps and whatnot. Riding out on the horse.
What song would you ride out to, man? Give me a song.
Oh, I have no idea. It has to be something country western though. It'd have to be.
Oh, I reckon Achy Breaky Heart.
Oh, that'd just be too far. You couldn't take him serious if that happened. I almost couldn't take Mickey Gall serious when he first came out to Hey Mickey, and then
I could, look.
Like it was hilarious.
But the
and
question
he
is,
was going to win.
did Mickey Gall really need to take that fight seriously?
Yeah, he could have just sat there with one eye closed, and a hand behind his back, and
it's like, oh, that was quick. God, CM Punk makes me cringe to think he's gonna fight again.
If he fights the Power Ranger, it's. To be fair, that should have been his first fight. That shouldn't have been the fight. That should have been the fight that happened, not the fight against Gall. They should have given him a tune-up fight instead of giving him someone.
There are no tune-up fights in the UFC.
So
You
had no chance.
You're fighting the cream of the crop. You should have gone either indies or
Yep.
you can't.
Yeah,
it was either you find the UFC, you get a big payday, but you know you're gonna get your ass beat.
Yeah.
He also got paid more than Mighty Mouse, might I add. It's really salty about those Mighty Mouse stats. You know, he's
I kind of feel bad about dragging on the past here, right? Back to the 214 card.
You know, I'm just I'm not done yet. You know, he's a 10-time defending champ, and you know, he still hasn't got pay-per-view points yet. Okay, sure, UFC, sure. Also, the 214 card. We have Cyborg. She was supposed to be facing the Australian Megan Anderson.
And wasn't there someone else before Anderson that she was supposed to be facing as well? Like, I'm positive Anderson was a stand-in for someone else.
Yeah, she was supposed to fight Anderson like Kat Zingano or some shit, wasn't she?
Maybe Zingano.
I'm pretty sure she was supposed to fight some bantamweight.
Yeah, I'm not sure who the first person she was up against. I know it was Anderson, and then fucking Avenger or whatever the fuck her name is.
Yeah, fuck, who the fuck is she?
Yeah, I can't tell her. I was actually really looking forward to the Anderson thing. I was like, oh.
I was really looking forward to that as well. I was like, two Australian UFC champions in less than a month. Could happen. Don't mind if I do.
Granted, you know, one's born in New Zealand, but you know, still, he's adoptive. We own him now,
dude. If you're Australian, like we just claim him. We claim him left, right, and center. Avenger, she hasn't got a bad record. She's like 20-5, I think, or like 19-5, something around there.
Not too bad at all, but then again,
it's not a salty record.
Fighting Cyborg.
She's fighting the best female fighter ever.
Yeah. She's fighting the one person in any of the female division that could fight in the male division if she really wanted to. It's just it's kind of frowned upon, I guess.
Shit out of fucking a lot of the dudes. But it's just Cyborg. She's just I just feel so shitty for Cyborg.
I mean, the division was created for Cyborg.
It's her division. Like, don't even Megan Anderson. Like, she's the 145-pound champion and victor, and you're like, yeah, you are, but you didn't fight the best 145er on the planet, though. That's Cyborg.
Not even close.
You know, it's like, until you fight Cyborg, you cannot say that you are the best 145-pounder. It's just...
Exactly.
I don't think anyone can physically beat Cyborg. Like, she's too big, she's too strong. That's why the Megan Anderson fight was so interesting, because Megan Anderson, she's like 6 foot. She's not small. Like, she's a proper 145-pounder. She's not like one of those 135 girls that have just come up.
They've come up, yeah.
She's a 145-pounder through and through.
Like, she is proper scary.
Yeah, she's so hot and so scary.
Yeah, she's scary hot.
Yeah.
It's a good thing, but it's also a very bad thing. Anyway,
213.
Yes, 213.
Minus Cowboy and Lawler, obviously.
Lawler. Yeah.
Do you want to go through the main card and make some picks?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay, we'll start off with Pettis and Miller. We'll work bottom to top. Pardon, sorry?
I have to go Pettis there.
I have to go Pettis as well.
Yeah, I really like Pettis. Kind of like a fanboy, kind of.
I haven't seen Jim Miller fight all that much. I don't really know.
Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of him to know Wancho. Like, I've heard that he's good. No, you have to be if you're in the UFC. Well, I can't really say that after the whole Punk debacle. But against Pettis, he's probably one of the top in the division and shit.
Yeah, I mean...
Anyway, I don't know where Miller is, so...
this is
kind of me just
Miller fight
picking who I know.
Michael Chiesa or whatever his name is. Don't know his name. I think he got choked out by Michael. So he didn't beat him. But I think he's a grappler. I don't know. So he's just a giant question mark, but we're just basing it on we think Pettis is better. Because Anthony Pettis is Anthony motherfucking Pettis. So I got Pettis in that fight as well.
Yeah.
This next fight is a heavyweight fight. We got Overeem versus. Wait, do you want to do the full introduction for Alistair Overeem? You got to do the Reem. Stupid.
No. Yeah, no. It's the stupidest nickname in the whole UFC.
Alistair, the Reem. It's so dumb. It just doesn't roll off the tongue at all. It's just. So anyway, we've got Alistair Overeem versus Fabricio Verdum. How is Fabricio Verdum not in the talks as greatest heavyweight of all time?
That's a very good point. Verdum is...
he's got to be
in, top 3, surely, right?
If we use MMA logic, he is the best ever.
Well, of course.
He's beaten Fedor, Kane, Krokop. He's if you look at the guys that he's beat, he's the best ever.
He has that list of names.
He just, I don't know what it is. He's just not considered. He's just, for some reason, I just don't think of him. When I think of the best heavyweights in the world, I think of Kane, I think of Fedor, I even think of Krokop even.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just like Krokop, and I think of Stipe being up there as well. I think Stipe can be the best of them.
Can be in there.
Nah,
when he's on his game, JDS on his game is one of the best.
JDS on his game will never beat Kane.
Not Kane, surely. Well, yeah, he did.
He did, but it was a fluke.
Yeah, it was a fluke. Yep. I actually had money on Kane on that fight, so it was kind of upsetting. I remember that very clearly. So.
But yeah, so who do you have in that fight? I mean, Overeem's been doing good recently. He's been doing very good. You got that knockout over Mark Hunt.
Very good knockout, that, by the way.
Huh? I was so devastated when he knocked out Mark Hunt because I thought they were just going to fire him since Mark Hunt was suing. Mark Hunt.
Yeah, I love Mark Hunt. He's probably my favorite fighter in the UFC. Just a bit biased because of where he's from and all, but just love the way he goes about it and stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
complain about the whinging and whatnot, but you can see why he does.
Oh yeah, I'd be pissed as well. Don't knock Mark Hunt for what he does. He's fought you look at the, you don't blame him. Who's he for? Frank Mir. Fishy about that. You give him Overeem. You give him Mark.
Lesnar.
Sorry, not Mark. Yeah, you give Mark Hunt. You give Mark Hunt.
That'd be a good fight.
I'd watch that. Mark Hunt versus Mark Hunt.
Yeah, be interesting.
Mark Hunt's so funny. I don't know how we just started talking about Mark Hunt after this fight.
Yeah, he's just
Mark Hunt, he's so funny to watch. When you see him try to do his jab hook with like his same hands. Like when he tries to do his double jab, he looks so slow, but you know if he touches someone, they die.
They're dead. Yeah. Like, his most recent fight with, what was it, Lewis?
Yeah.
Like, Hunt looked devastating in that fight. Like,
yeah.
there was only a couple moments there where I thought Lewis might actually win this, but the rest of that fight, I was like, oh, this is Hunt. He's got it.
Yeah, no, Hunt all the way in that fight.
Like, and then the second Lewis got gas, I was like, okay, it's a matter of time.
Yeah, I've tweeted, like, you know, for that fight, I was like, I think it's gonna be, you know, they're both knockout artists. It's just gonna be who doesn't fuck up first. And Mark Hunt has more experience, which means he's not gonna fuck up sooner than Travis does. Oh, not Travis.
No.
Travis Brown.
Derek.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to this Overeem fight.
Yeah, who have you got?
We keep drifting away from our actual. I've got Reem.
Yeah, same. I have Reem as well.
I mean, my heart wants Verdum, but my head says Reem.
I can't believe, like, even after everything, Fabricio Verdum's done, we still bet against him.
Yeah. Like, all those names we listed off, everything
he's like, he's beaten Fedor, he's beaten Kane. He's just like...
It's a real head scratcher that really goes on in our heads while we're thinking this shit.
Okay.
Next fight.
Do we even need to ask?
Yes, you do. Surely.
Oh, okay.
Just in case.
Hey, bro.
Case.
I know it's a it's very sensitive topic here, but do you think you'll go for Romero or Whitaker?
Ooh. This is a tight one, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know who I'm going to pick here.
I know, because we both we love both of them so much, you know.
Yeah. There's no bias either. So. Gotta go Bobby Big Hands.
Bobby Big Hands. I gotta go Romero. Nah, of course I'm going Robert Whitaker. What the fuck do you people think we're doing here?
And honestly, I'll go one more. I'll go for second round TKO.
I'll go one more. I'll go first round TKO.
Oh, alright.
I mean,
I'd love that. I'd love to see a first round. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just don't duck your head and get kneed, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, it's a very bad tactic.
Is there anything to analyze in this fight? Like,
if it goes to the ground, like, Whitaker isn't really a slouch on the ground, but he's not as good as Romero at all.
Well, yeah, Romero's an Olympic wrestler.
Yeah, of course. But,
you know, Whitaker's like a purple belt in jiu-jitsu.
Like, Bobby knows what he's doing. Like, he
can remain calm. I don't think.
Yeah. I mean, look at his fight with Sousa. Like, that one. No, I don't think anyone expected Whitaker to actually win that. Not against Jacare, anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, there may have been a few people who'd say, like, "Oh, hey, I actually thought Whitaker was gonna win this one, like, confidently," and it's like, no.
No.
Like, even being a massive fan of his, I never thought he had that convincingly and whatnot. I always thought it was going to be a tough battle, even if he was going to win it. And yeah, he ended up winning that, so that was good. And his fight with Romero, I feel, will steal this show, and he'll be the new interim champ.
Yeah, Australia's first champion.
Yeah, well, you can call him a champ at that time. Well, I mean, he'll end up getting the title.
He'll knock the shit out of Michael Bisping. As much as I love Michael Bisping, just fucking aim for his bad eye.
The Ashes are going to be revisited in MMA form. That's just...
What did you say?
The Ashes will be revisited in MMA form.
I'm just waiting for, like, me to hate Michael Bisping.
Yep.
He's gonna be like, you're a fucking convict, and fucking we erased you.
There's like one bad thing about Australia, and you're just gonna jump on him like, fucking Bisping, man. What the hell? And yeah, it'll just...
Bisping just knows how to get people to hate him.
Oh, yeah. He's very good at his job. He's a true villain.
Yeah, so then we have the main event. This is interesting. I like this main event a lot, actually. These girls have fought before. Amanda Nunes won by a decision. So who have you got? I have some thoughts on this. So who have you got?
I have Shevchenko.
You have Shevchenko?
Yes. Nunes has proven to be a pretty good champion so far, but I feel like Shevchenko will take the title from her.
I think if there's one girl who could do it, it would be Shevchenko.
Yeah.
I believe that she can do it. I don't think she will though. I've picked Nunes. Ooh. I think Nunes will get this one. Shevchenko has improved so much. You know, she submitted Juliana Pena. Just looking at her ground game, she's like the scary German, scary German guy out of Rocky. You know, like if he dies, he dies. Like that's what she reminds me of. I still have Nunes though. But looking at their last fight, it seems I think that's gonna help Shevchenko more than Nunes that they've fought before. Because Shevchenko, you know how Amanda's obviously she starts quick. You know, you look at her fights with Rousey, and if you can call that a fight, and Miesha Tate, she starts quick. You know, where Shevchenko in their first fight, she barely threw anything the first round. She didn't really do a lot. I think that in this fight, she's going to start off quick. She's going to throw more in the first round. I do think Amanda Nunes is the better striker, though, and that her urgency in the first round, Shevchenko's urgency in the first round, will get a TKO'd. So that's my pick for that.
Yeah. If Shevchenko wants to win, she needs to remain calm about it and not try and rush. She needs to fight her fight, not fight the Nunes fight.
But you can't. The Nunes fight's coming at you either way, man.
Yeah, it just happens.
Nunes is a hurricane.
She just needs to try and find a way to stop that.
Yeah.
Into the eye of that hurricane.
I believe square punch to the jaw should stop that. But,
that helps a lot. It's a matter of getting to that jaw, which is made of absolute solid concrete.
Yeah, and also Nunes is very long. She's taller. She's longer.
Yep.
Yeah. Is there anything else that you wanted to bring up news-wise?
No.
No? Didn't you mention something about Vonderlei?
Oh, yes. Vonderlei. Saying in Bellator he wants to fight a striker. He doesn't want no grabbing bullshit. He's called out. He says, I want a fighter who stands up and fights, not just wants to grab me. It was like, okay.
Maybe don't do the sport called mixed martial arts then.
Yeah. It's like, what are you doing? I just thought it was a really stupid thing to say, but like.
Yeah, I remember listening to the Brendan Schaub podcast, and he was like, so Vonderlei, he hasn't done anything for like 4 years ever since he got suspended by like USADA or the Athletic Commission or whatever. Do you think he's done a lick of wrestling in that time? Nope. So like, what the fuck are you doing, Vonderlei?
Yeah.
All right. Do you just want to touch on one last thing before we leave? Let's just take a sneak preview at the 214 card, God, I hate that poster. It looks cool if it was like a movie poster, but for a fight poster, what are you doing?
Oh yeah,
Why is your champ upside down? Stop putting people upside down.
212 really pissed me off with that, especially considering it was Holloway. Like, you look at the 211, you got Stipe and Junior like side by side, with Jessica and Joanna side by side as well. Freaking 210, you got like a giant Rumble standing over like a smaller Cormier, which it looks All right.
Yeah, that looks like the Diaz versus GSP fight poster though, where it has the big Diaz with the little GSP. Yeah, I don't think Colombia's going to be too happy with this poster either. Like, he wasn't happy with the Rumble one.
I mean, I wouldn't either. If you're the champ, you don't want to be made to look smaller than your opponent.
Nah, you don't.
It's kind of a stupid thing. It's very bad for marketing as well, in a sense.
Yeah. So, who's actually fighting on this card? Any names that we know on the undercard? Brian Ortega's fighting. I don't mind him in the featherweight division. Sage Northcutt's also fighting.
Isn't he fighting like an absolute nobody? I could be wrong about that, but
I don't know him.
Remember?
But I don't know anyone on the undercard. Sterling's fighting.
Isn't he?
What's that guy's name?
Burrell.
Hendon Burrell.
Yeah, that's been moved to. I think it was catchweight. It was moved to by the Los Angeles State Athletic Commission.
I'm looking at the website now. It says it's a featherweight fight.
Wait, it says it's a featherweight fight now? Wait, when did this... Okay. I read and it was a catchweight, but... Okay, wow.
Nah, I think it's gone up to featherweight.
Well, I mean, probably a bit better. Yes, maybe.
I guess so. I don't know.
Well, Jimmy Manoa is fighting on the card.
Jimmy Manoa is fighting on this card.
He's
got in that fight?
I don't know the other guy, so I'd have to say Manoa.
I've only seen him fight one other guy, and I have to say Manoa as well.
Yeah,
dude, that division's so awkward for me because I feel like it's so top heavy. It's like Cormier, John Jones, Alexander Gustafsson, and everyone else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Light heavyweight division though. Did you see that light heavyweight fight that was on last weekend? The one that lasted 25 seconds.
Yes, I did. That was wow.
Did you see the other one? I'm pretty sure it was like the fight night or the fight card before that. There was another one.
Yeah, in
There's
Auckland.
like all these light heavyweight fights that they're just
and they're going for under 30 seconds.
people in like 30 seconds, and I'm like, whoa. Oh, that's so scary.
That light heavyweight fight in Auckland, I actually got talked up quite a bit on the actual night, and it just ended in a flash. It was like, oh, gone, done, okay. Wow. I remember watching that, and I'm pretty sure there was like 4 or maybe 5 fights on that card that were all under 1 minute.
Jesus.
Like Ben 10 choked out some guy. I can't even remember who he choked out. It was
nobody.
shit. No, it wasn't a nobody. I'm pretty sure. Like I'd heard of the guy before, but I can't think of who it was. But he choked him out, and it was like 53 seconds or 43 seconds or something like that. But it was really early choke out, and I was like, oh, wow, he's done that super quick. It's like really unexpected from Ben 10. Anyway, back to this 214.
Yeah. Duho Choi is fighting Philly? Some guy named Philly?
Yeah, Duho Choi.
Yeah, I got Duho Choi in that fight. Also, Ricardo Lamas is fighting. I saw that he was supposed to be fighting Cham Song Jung, the Korean zombie. It was going to be Lamas versus the Korean zombie, which I really like that fight.
That would have been a really good fight.
I really want that fight. But now he's versing Jason Knight. Name sounds familiar. He has a record of 20-2. That's pretty good.
He's only 24. Jason Knight's only 24.
Fuck.
Yeah, he's very young. He's had a lot of fights.
24 of 22 fights. Huh. How about that?
Yeah.
I don't know either of those fighters very well. I mean, I know like Ricardo Lamas is like so. I've seen Ricardo Lamas fight, but I just don't know like.
Honestly, I think Knight might take it. Lamas is good.
It's hard to gauge.
11-year difference. I really feel like that age gap, fucking the speed of the younger fighter might just take him.
It says Jason Knight doesn't have a rank yet. Is he ranked in the top 15?
I do not believe so.
I almost don't like it when top 10 fighters, or like the top 5
Fight
fighters,
outside.
fight people who aren't in the top 15.
Mm.
I don't, like, remember when, like, Tim Boach was fighting Jacare or some shit? And, like, on the same fight card, it was, like, what's his name? The light heavyweight bald guy, Glover Teixeira. He was fighting some unranked fighter, and I'm like, you're the number 3 ranked light heavyweight in the world. Why are you fighting unranked guys?
That shouldn't be happening.
Yeah, same with Jacare and Tim Boach. Like, he was like the number 2 or 3 in the world at that point. Like, you're fighting number 15. If that. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Quite ridiculous.
There's nothing really else on that fight card other than the stuff we've already gone through. Event. Oh, Cormier and Jones, though. We haven't gone through that.
Yeah, we haven't gone through that yet. I thought we were just holding out on that until the last, since it's such a big fight and whatnot.
I don't know how I'm going to choose that fight. Not because they're both so good, it's because they're both such big question marks at this point. Jones hasn't fought in ages, and he looked so shitty in that Oven St. Preux fight. Well, not so shitty, but he just didn't look like himself. And Cormier, if Rumble showed up, Rumble could have easily won that fight. Easily.
Mm-hmm. Like Rumble had broken his nose. Broken Cormier's nose.
Like, the 14 seconds of stand up and not trying to clinch with Cormier that Rumble did, he broke his nose. Yeah, he nearly won the fight in the 14 seconds of straight striking that he actually did.
That was one of the stupidest decisions I've ever seen.
He looks so fat these days. Yeah. I don't know, man.
See, I don't like Jones at all.
I don't like Jones either. A lot of people love him, but it's just not.
Yeah. Good fighter. Shitty person.
I want Cormier to win the fight. I'm gonna be going for Cormier. I just hope he can win. I think his age
This
might
is
be
his
catching
redemption
up with him.
fight. This is that redemption fight. This is the one that will prove that.
Yeah, if Cormier loses, he's almost a fake champ.
Yeah.
Like it's devastating it is to say.
He's done well with the title. No denying that. He's, defended it really well.
If he beats John Jones, though,
that's it. That's the
greatest light heavyweight of all time.
Yeah.
One of. There have been a lot of light heavyweight champions.
Yeah. you got people like Chuck Liddell.
Yeah, Chuck Liddell, that's what I was thinking of. And then you got like Tito and Forrest.
Rampage, Forrest.
Shogun and...
Yeah, there's a lot.
There's been a lot of champions. That title turns over really quickly, and then Jones got it, and he just ran with it, which is what made Jones so good. Yeah. I mean, any other last thoughts on that fight?
Cormier for the win. It'll be a great fight. I hope Jones ends up on his ass. That's really all I've got.
Yeah, same. I guess we'll wrap things up then.
Yeah.
Right, this has been MMA Freaks Podcast. I guess. Hopefully things will be much smoother while we figure out how these things work.
Yeah.
And we're not so awkward on the mic. And hopefully there's not friggin' Damon's echo in my mic. It probably is. But yeah, we'll catch you guys in the next one, I guess. Peace out.